my stick is better than bacon. You can't touch my stick, it's just a stick. It's my perfect stick. My stick is my friend, born from a log. Everyone can see it's better than bacon. Why'd you get so crotchety and mean?
Look at my stick.
Why'd you drink that creature's milk is green?
Got me sick.
My stick, my stick, my stick is better than bacon. You can't use my stick, but it's just a stick. Don't you like my stick? No, it's just a stick. It's my perfect stick. My stick and me take walks every day. Past the hooligans down by the ocean. When they laugh at my stick, then they learn how my stick is much denser than bacon. Bought a little piggy and I let the little piggy run amok. Blowing on sleep, little piggy kept waking me up. People often fight about which birds are the best birds, but everybody can agree that seagulls are the worst. I kiss my stick, you can't pick up my stick, keep your mitts off my stick. I disappear for years, then reappear right here to cheer about my cool stick. When I
Do not wear that outfit again. Check. But if you wanna keep your speed, because I want to fit in. Sorry, you're just not terribly important to me. Did you know that Whitney Houston's debut upbeat have 4 #1 singles on? Did you know that Christy, there are no girls with good personalities? I don't think we should see each other anymore. It never was supposed to be. Gotta return some videotapes. Have to return some videotapes. Did you know I'm utterly insane? I like to dissect girls that ate some of their brains. Gotta return some videotapes. I'm really late. I guess I'm probably returning videotapes. I guess I'm probably returning videotapes. Black dress with the tights underneath. I got the breath of her last cigarette on my teeth. And she's an actress, but she ain't got no need. She's got money from her parents in a trust fund back east. Tongues always pressed to your cheeks, while my tongue is on the inside of some other girl's teeth. You tell your boyfriend, if he says he's got beef, that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave me, woo. Don't trust her, never trust her. Won't trust her, won't trust me. She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave me, woo. Don't trust her, never trust her. Won't trust her, won't trust me.
I am telling you, it is the definition between an entrepreneur and an employee. The employee goes to the cliff, looks over the cliff, says, is there a balloon down there? Where are you staying? What happens if it hurts? What if I land on my neck? The entrepreneur, they said, we need to jump off the cliff, backs up 10 feet to get a fucking run.
This town needs an enema.
Fuck.
Julio, where's Commissioner Gordon? Come on, you guys can beat me. Too stupid!
You don't really think you believe it. Things change.
You got me! Who's got you?
Everything changed. Yeah, and anyone who tells you different is just lying.
You know who this is? This is Mark motherfucking Sylvester.
Ow, man, that still hurts.
Not frozen.
I'm pretty sure I broke my finger at some point.
I've done that before,
Yeah.
but for sexual reasons.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah.
No, mine
It
was less,
tight.
mine was more exciting.
Right.
I smashed it while sitting on a forklift. I'll just leave it at that. But it hurts, man. Every time I snap my finger, there's pain. So I wanted
So
you
don't
to
do
know.
that.
Well, I got to do it. It's part of the intro, it's part of what we do to start this show. So I want everybody to know that's in the chat. I hurt myself for you guys. That's how dedicated I am to what we do here.
Or
what?
you could just do a snapping sound and we could just go like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Create
That.
it. Yeah. Sound
Yeah.
effects. And then just,
Mhm.
I like that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I like that. Hell yeah. Well, how you doing, man? It's been a second.
It's been a minute. I'm doing great. Crazy couple weeks. Been with the family. Gearing up for Ocean City Comic Con this Saturday. Got in my Type 1 previews. I got in the Phil McNulty variant line art.
Nice.
The Chris Graves line art variant. So if you attend Ocean City Comic Con, I will have them there for you. Or just slap in my DMs like how I started all this shit.
Yes.
And I'll get you a copy.
And this is the ash can, right? The preview
The Ashcan, yeah,
version.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That we started here on ANS.
Yeah, we started that trend, by the way, everybody.
Yeah.
You see anybody out there with preview books or ash cans that they're doing the slide in your DMs? That was us.
Yeah, that was us.
I want credit for it. 25 cents every time somebody does it.
Yeah, suckers.
Say hello to our lovely chat. Over on Rumble, we have 8 people watching. Look at that.
What?
Hail to the 8 people over on Rumble. We got the number 3 in the chat over there. It says,
Nice.
I have or will have when they release so many of those comics. Oh, as far as the intro, yeah, I need to update the intro. But one day I'll
We'll
get
make it
better. Or not better. No, that's the wrong thing. I'll get newer because there's been so many comics that have come out since I made that intro. And it's been a second. Number 1 in the chat, number 1 in our hearts is Mark Penguin. Says the boys are back. Yeah, sorry for canceling the show yesterday. I had a lot of things pop up. Update, Kayla and I sat down and we finalized the script for the Vanessa story and the Apophis story and the supplemental book for Reaper Destroyer. So that is all done. We're gonna be sending that off to the letterer here pretty soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm working, and I feel like I've said this a lot, but I'm working on the last page of Reaper Destroyer, and then I'm gonna sit down and finalize the script after that and get rolling. So things are happening. Pretty exciting.
And then he could get on that Type 1 cover.
Then I can get on the Type 1 cover. Yeah, I'll get it done. We
I
got Rick
know.
Taylor. Remember the
Sup,
channel
brother?
in the house? What's going on, brother? Here on the Steadfast is here as well. Good to see you.
Yeah, nice.
John's in the chat. Says, what up, all? What up
What's
to you,
up?
brother? Duck Bacon.
Yeah.
What is going on? It says, hail Joe, hail Sean, hail Kayla, wherever you are. Hail Hojo, hail the chat. This is Wiener Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She's
no
not allowed on
tacos.
this.
It's the boy club. No tacos today. It's only wieners. I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop some wieners in the chat for the boys club.
For
You know,
our
but
wieners.
we do love Kayla. We do love
Yeah.
Kayla right here.
Yes.
We got carbon dioxide. Look at that. I almost messed that up, but I got it. Sticks and VHS tapes commence. I'm down.
Great
Let's-
avatar.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
Cosmic Studios member of the channel is in the house. Hail, brother. Good to see
Hey,
you.
what Cosmic Studios? Will I see you this weekend at Ocean City Comic Con?
Oh,
Yeah.
Now that is the question.
Hmm.
That is the question. MB
Nice. I like it.
and Sean too. I like that.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I like that.
I'll
Yeah.
take that one.
Hojo is here. He's here and he's in the back room. We're gonna bring
Mm-hmm.
him on in a second and talk about some things. He's got some information. He's gonna fill me and Sean in, so I'm excited about that.
Mhm.
Tarks9, member of the channel, is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Jay.
Yo.
Souls. What's going on, brother? Says, yo, what's up, everyone? Yo to Joe and Sean and Hojo. Like that.
Mm.
Mr. Badass Turner is in the house. BA, I got your book. I'm going to do an opening one of these. I'm not going to do it today on the show because I didn't plan for it, but we will do an unboxing
Mm.
of your book, maybe on the next show. So
Mm.
keep an eye out for that. But thank you. I'm really excited to get into that. We got Ellie McComicsgate in the house.
Mm.
I'm a heathen now. When did this happen? It's
Like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's always been that way. Let's go. I come here specifically for the snap. Yeah, see, I'll hurt my fingers just for you, brother. Just for you.
Mhm.
We got Middles, Movies, and Brewskis in the house. Hail to you. Jose Garcia, look at that.
What's going on?
Hi, everyone. Listening while drawing some comics. Hell yeah, brother.
Nice.
And we got Noah in the house. Hail, brother. Good to see you. I have more facial hair than Sean.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. Maybe not. Proof.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it or it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
David's in the house and says, I'm new here. Well,
Thank you for being
thank you
here.
for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here.
And if you
hopefully
haven't,
enjoy the show.
like, subscribe, back Reaper Destroyer, and Type 1. Don't be a bum.
And the Mythicals, which we'll talk about at some point
And the Mythicals.
in the show as well. But if you like this show, this is primarily we hang out, shoot the shit here, talk with guests. We have another show on Tuesdays called Appreciating Comic Book Art Live, where we actually look at comic books and appreciate the art. So if you like the show, stick around, check that out. Next Tuesday, we're gonna be looking at some cool shit. Yeah, dropping the wieners like that.
Nice.
Got Jay Lee in the house as
What's up,
well.
Jay?
Hail to you, brother. And Alex, good to see you, man. Finally at the bottom here. I, for one, came barely fap to this stream. Did I say that right?
I, for one, can barely.
barely. Okay. I said it wrong. Shadowhawk Talks is in the house as well.
Shaking.
Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, we're gonna start the show. We're gonna get this rocking and a rolling down to the beach. I'm strolling. Okay. Anyway, it's Wednesday night. I'm feeling good. Welcome to
Art and stuff. 23 years in the business on a technicality. I may be dysfunctional, but I'm functional. Jersey's finest, editor extraordinaire, career Type 1, the only one. Don't be a bum. Back Type 1 on Indiegogo. The Hispanic God on paper. Jersey's finest. I said that.
Oh,
Sean Ahrendt. With me is I did. With me is always my brother. Not.
I'm talented, very sexy, very distinguished, always narcissistic, but never vain. Staunch offender Rob Liefeld and Gina Carano, and a lover of all things 90s. Joseph Michael Sonntag, or Joe M Sonntag, if you prefer, as the Pope likes to call me, JMS. Welcome to the show, and as always, what an awesome show it is we have for you tonight. Who do we have? I mean, I already said it, but Sean, you're the guy that
We
brings
got one of
everybody
the
on show.
coolest dudes around. Always great topics. Always great discussions. Always cool to kick it
Facts.
with him. We got Hojo.
Let's bring him on here, everybody. Mr. Hojo in the house. Hail, brother. Good to see
What's
you.
happening, fellas? Hey,
How
buddy.
you doing?
You know what I realized? I've been forgetting to do this. There we go.
Yes.
Welcome back, man. It's been a second since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, good, good. On issue 2, making comics,
Congrats.
enjoying the ride.
Big
That's what
moves.
it's all about. That's what it's about. And the topic of tonight, the state of indie comics. And actually, the topic was created because there's a lot of stuff going on, which we'll dive into some things specifically. But I wanted to get a feel for what the chat is feeling the state of indie comics is, because it's interesting I think the perspective from creators that are in the indie scene, like we are, and then just the chat or the backers that are in the indie scene as well. Like, what are you guys feeling in the chat? The state of indie comics. I mean, is it strong? Is it getting better? Are you worried about it? Are you disappointed in it? Let us know in the chat what's going on. But Hojo, we'll ask you that question right off the bat because you're the main man tonight. So what do you think is the state of the indie scene at this moment?
I think there are a lot of projects coming out, a lot of a lot of books getting fulfilled. That I think Cyberfrog delivered. That happened.
That did.
Everybody got their stuff. I backed recently. I got the Kelly Jones Dracula.
How is that,
was
man?
beautiful.
I missed. Yeah, is that still available? I missed out on backing
Not
it.
closed.
Damn it! I kept forgetting. I kicked myself in the ass because I kept forgetting every time I think about it. I'm like, oh, I need to do that, and I just, damn it.
There's so many great books out there that it just kind of slips you by because you're like, I got a budget.
Yeah,
for all these other
that's
awesome
my
shit.
thing.
It's like,
and you're running a campaign too, so you're trying to be like, all right, dude.
yeah,
If I back a book, that's just add more to my overhead, son.
right.
I can't. Not right now.
There's a reality right now for me specifically because I'm working on the book and trying to get this thing wrapped up so I can get it out.
Yeah.
I am missing a lot of stuff, which is a reason also for the title of the show is like I'm missing some of the things that are happening in our industry, because I'm so like laser focused on what I'm doing, and I like jump on X every once in a while and see the newest thing pop up. And we talked about it earlier when we were backstage, but there's that comic book owner or the shop owner that put that video out, which we'll watch here. I think it's only like a minute long. I'll bring it up here in a little bit and we'll check out, see what he has to say. There's the Mark Miller news. Interesting things are happening. Highway Robbery says, are we talking indie comics or Comicsgate? Both. To me, I mean, it's all in the indie scene, in the indie frame that I look at.
There's nobody that's in Comicsgate that's not a part of independent comics.
Exactly. Yeah, to me, Comicsgate is independent comics. Comicsgate, the Iron Age, it's all the same thing to me. It's just different sects or different names, whatever you want to put out, but it's all independent comics. We're all independent creators. You guys back independent books,
And like Isaac Bell, he's doing his thing too. And
Yeah,
I love what he does.
Mhm.
He's given me some great advice, and
Yeah,
been
he's
supportive of the project. He's like, that art looks rad. I'm like, dude, to hear that, I'm like, awesome, thank you.
and he's an awesome dude too because he loves comics, man.
He will. He, I mean, he's,
Loves
all you gotta
comics.
do is ask him, man. He'll tell you. Like,
Oh,
he'll be like,
absolutely.
"All right," like,
And he's
I
a
mean,
success story.
Yeah, he doesn't hold anything back.
The cool thing about guys like Isaac or guys and gals, whatever you want to say, like Isaac is, he did it without Comicsgate for the most part. He just went out and did it.
He's self-made.
And he's been doing it for a little while now.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those things where I don't know if he just decided one day the mainstream wasn't his thing and he just wanted to do his own thing, but he's been doing the Kickstarter, Metal Shade and Shrine now, and now is what Hex came out.
Hex,
He's multiple titles, he's just doing it on his own and he's hitting 60, 70, 80K on campaigns. I mean, shout out to him. I mean, to me, that's what it's all about. It's
him and I go back to the old Liefeld days to see him like start out then to where he is now is like any of those guys from the Liefeld boards, like see the success that any one of them ever doing is fucking awesome. Like, so many of them have just busted their ass for years to either get in or pave the way in the road that they're in. Like, I'm proud to be part of like that little retarded brotherhood that we have within each other. But it's just great to see Isaac and everybody else just fucking kill it.
Mr. Badass Turner said, as far as the indie scene goes, it's starting to get derailed by so-called indies trying to convince folks not to back crowdfunders. I have seen a little bit of a backlash against crowdfunders, but yeah, like Sean said, I mean, people can rail against it or say all they want, but the truth is in the pudding, as they say, or the proof is in the pudding, as they say. Like, if you have a quality product out there, people are going to come out and back it. If you promote it well, if you do everything you need to, people are still going to come out and promote the crowdfunders. I think
people,
blackmail people. Yeah. I think it's easy to, as a consumer, to want faster books. Obviously, we would all like faster, but we'd like to produce faster books. If it was something that was within our control. But I think some people forget that the reason why books come out faster, even on small independent companies that you can find at your local LCA or your LCS is local. Yeah, your LCSs are because they either have the money to start it and they get ahead. So you can start it and do 3, 4, 5 issues done before you even release a book, and then you're ahead, and then things are coming out on monthly. We don't have that for the most part. You know, creators like we are, you know, it costs money to make books. It costs
Sorry,
money, a
sorry.
lot of money to make
You
comics.
got
You
you
know,
got 9 to 5s, you got families, you got real life stuff. Like this is a hobby business that they're all doing our ass to bust our ass to make a successful business. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Hail survive. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If I could, I would. I got here as fast as I could. I got here like a couple months later after the first one closed. Breakneck speed in this, and you know, and if you're looking at the other time frames, that all the other books are coming out. So I don't want to hear no late books from my shit. So I don't ever want to hear that.
You know, and this it's a funny thing is there are legitimate late books, right, where you don't hear from the creator and you're kind of wondering what the hell's going on. And then there's just, you know, like my book is technically considered late, you know, but I try to be transparent. I'm on here all the time talking about it, talking about the progress. And sometimes just making the indie books, they take a while. Especially, you know, what we're trying to do. If what you were trying to do is make a book like industry standard as far as quality wise, you know, not just pump something out to pump something out. It takes a little bit to make it that way, you know, and there's a lot of moving parts besides the artist, there's colorists and all that kind of stuff that goes into it. And a lot of us, you know, we're doing this for the first time, whether you have one campaign out or 2 campaigns, you're still relatively new to the business. You know, I'm still learning things. I haven't even gotten into the fulfillment stage yet. So that's going to be a completely new thing to learn.
Get some long tables, folding tables.
Yeah, I've got one of my old merch tables because I was in a band, by the way, everybody. I've got one of my old merch tables that I'm going to set up, and it's the only one I've got. But I'll figure something out. I might have to borrow some tables from people and, you know, convert my garage or something.
Just be transparent. Like there's a thing, late books, and there's like, I mean, transparency it's the best recipe for continued success.
Sure.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Just say, hey, look, there's printer issues. These stickers came out retarded. Shit happens, man. We're all human. We make mistakes. But, you know, I've heard like communication is key. And I know like the majority of us in this industry that are running these are men, and we're not the greatest communicators, right?
Which is good to have a show.
I'm sorry.
You know, like one of the best things you can do is have a show like this where people can come and see you on a weekly basis or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, like, just do what you can do with what you got. And that's what I'm doing. But after this, I'm gonna take about a 9-month break before I release another issue because I like sleeping, like not wanting to wake up and look. Oh, did we get a backer? Like for real. Like the first week, you're like waking up in the middle of the night, like, I got to check my email, see if I have a contribution notification. And then so, I mean, like good art takes time. There are revisions, you know, not every page an artist turns in is like flawless each time, you know, like you have a visual editor. Like sometimes like with my character, there's a mole that's on one side of the face and he did a reflection piece and I caught it at the end. It was on the wrong end. some jackwagon on Twitter would be like, "Oh, you this is indie, this is professional." Huh?
Exactly.
You know? Like, dude, suck a dick, man.
People are just waiting to tear us apart,
Charlie.
you know. And I think we understand that, you know. Like, and just there's going to be some.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna stub our toes a little bit, you know. But the idea is it can constantly get better and better, and I feel like that's the mindset that we all have. That's what it will be, you know. And I'm sorry, but mainstream books, they aren't perfect either, you know. So let's not go too far into the weeds with that. Pedro Ang says people need to stop telling others what to do. Make your comics, offer them, and let people be. I like that.
Facts.
Good call. Alex says egos are everywhere you go, and readers buy what they please. If I could back them all, I would, but I can't. But I back what I can. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Jay says, I think the indie scene is monopolized by a handful of artists. Unfortunately, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and unknown smaller artists suffer. Even big artists are not selling like they did earlier. Well, you know, I mean, the economy
sucks.
is doing what we're doing, you know. There's a lot of factors that go on. But, yeah, you could see, I mean, sales have kind of come down a little bit, which, you know, is to be expected.
And it's close to Christmas, too. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to look at the time of the year. You know, people were probably spending money on family instead of going out and buying books.
I've gotten so many of those messages, like, man, I'm gonna get you, but I just gotta wait till after Christmas. I'm like, dude, that's cool. I got it.
Really? I'm like, fuck them kids.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, support me.
Yeah.
Highway
No,
Robbery says taking time is one thing, but being years late is another. No, I agree. Yeah, being a little bit late, right? I think everybody can understand and be down with, and they get it. You know, when you get into that over a year late, 2 years, you know, getting into some murky territory, I would say. You know, and at that point, that's between the creator and the backers. Hail, Blue Boy Comics, good to
Nice
see
to
you.
see you.
We got
Thanks,
Jimmy
Tom.
Reyes in the chat. Hail,
What's
brother.
up? What's
Hope you were doing
happening?
good. Hope you're doing good. Here on the Steadfast says, just be honest with backers. I think that's what Hojo was saying. You know, I think that's a great policy.
And I think in the long run, like somebody like say my level or like somebody coming in, I don't think crowdfunding is a sustainable business model. It's just part of the puzzle. Like you're gonna have to go to conventions eventually. You got more eyes is the point of all of this. Like this crowdfunded thing, you're selling to the same people.
Right.
You have to go where the people are. You have to talk to people with your mouth and talk and meet people. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I know a lot of comic creators like, no, I don't want to do that. No, well, then you ain't making no money.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain amount of work you got to put into it. You know, you got to, besides just promoting yourself on social media, which is relatively easy. Yeah, I think the cons are something that you're really missing out if you're not really trying to do it. I mean, I see, a handful of people really, really doing that and achieving success, like the Diaz brothers.
And a home,
they're constantly going to cons. Get a website.
Sales.
Yeah, I think all that goes into the success of your crowdfund, or when you get stock and you get inventory. And this is my thing. Like, I'm really waiting. I can't wait till I get the book out, and then I have extra books. I have inventory. I do plan at that point then going to conventions with my extra inventory. And promoting then and trying to get brand new readers to coming back the current campaign that might be up. There's so many things that you should be doing. If you just sit back, make a book, put it out there, then expect people just to go back because it looks good, then you might not be excited with the sales. I'll just put it out there.
Yeah, because some people read.
Johnny says, by Hail, by the way, Johnny Slaction. I like that. I don't know if I've seen you in chat before. I'd like to see more Iron Age creators run closer to how Alterna does. If you miss the crowdfund, you can still catch up by buying from the online shop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like what In Demand is on Indiegogo. Technically, but Fund My Comic, like once you fund and your campaign's over, it goes into what they call storefront mode, and you can switch things around, you can add stuff, and just keep it open. It's just for him to help extra, smaller creators just keep raking in that money, because every week you get a check or you get a deposit.
Look at Jimmy Reyes bragging about his triple cars.
I saw that. Yeah.
I bet you got a jacuzzi too.
Yeah, millionaire, big money Jimmy coming in here and letting us know.
Drink Fiji water and like drink half of it and just throw the rest away because you got
He's
money.
like, I got Central Air, fuckers. I'm like, oh, our bad.
So you give your dog like
Chernobyl says back both Reaper and Mythicals, so take your time and get it's right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
But more importantly, don't be a bum. Back type one.
Absolutely. We got member of the channel Don in the house. Says everyone take the time to show the love to the mods. They are hard. They work hard. They work hard. Appreciate them. We love our mods here. Yeah. You guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. By the way, there's a lot of great creators in the chat, as I see. If I haven't modded you, shout out, because I will, because I want you guys to be able to drop your links. Feel free to come in here and drop and promote yourself. That's what this chat is about. A boot. That's what this chat is about.
How close to Canada are you?
Pretty close.
That sucks.
I mean,
close enough.
That sucks.
What's going on, Darmax? Good to see you.
How are you?
Jerry Rasco's in the chat.
What's up, Jerry? Another Liefeld member brother. He's
difficult with the first campaign, but once you have some money, I'm a big believer in completing the books before you launch a campaign and using it as more of a pre-order process. And that's a way you can go. It depends on
what I'm doing, like, because the book, it's a floppy, dude. It doesn't take that long, because once these Brazilians get rolling,
there's the secret.
Oh, yeah,
there's some of the secret right there.
Yeah,
I've
hired the Brazilian
guys,
artists.
and I'm just like, all right, by the time these campaigns are done, the book is at print, and like by the time the last campaign is done, when I say April, dude, I'm shipping.
Oh, so you got like 8 dudes working on one book under one name.
I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, the Chop House comic book artists, like back in the 90s.
The Diodato Studios.
That's what they used. Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was like Diodato, but it might be like 4 or 5 different artists.
Oh no,
that
this is
all
just
drew
one
like
guy.
Diodato, Metal Movies and Brucey said loads of drama streams of CG, Iron Age, indie, etc. I think it's lame and unprofessional and turns supporters and customers off. Imagine seeing the Image Boys beefing on YouTube every other week. I will just say, I do agree with you as far as, sometimes like the drama and stuff can get much for some people. I've seen that. But if they had this back in the 90s, I guarantee you the Image guys would be beefing with each other over
fuck
YouTube.
you, bud.
You would have Liefeld and McFarlane and all them. I guarantee you that would probably have happened back then.
I would
too.
watch that.
I definitely would.
Over
probably
our
watch
guys
that.
arguing with each other. I'm like, you guys are boring. Let's look at Todd and Rob.
Got Bull Rush in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Where's my shit, Joe? It's coming, man. It's coming. I'm coming, if you want to know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I can't. It's over.
A couple times.
So there's this video going around X, as they called it.
Formerly known as Twitter. You have to
formerly
say that
known as
legally.
formerly known as. Is that how you guys say it?
No, every time I see it referred to in like another like a media, it says X, and then it'll say formerly known as Twitter.
Formerly known as Twitter.
Like
Yeah.
Prince.
Of this.
I know, right?
Of this. This. Oh shit! Where's the page? Where did it just go? There it is. Too many pages open. This has been going around. Tell me if you guys can hear this. I want you guys all to comment, chat. I want you to see what you have to say about what this LCS owner has to say about things.
Most of these new writers don't have the love of comics like these older writers.
By the way, this is exactly how I want to look in 10 years.
Have.
You're getting there.
And all they care about is how can I put myself in the book? No, we don't care what you would do if you were Iron Man. We don't care who you are. You're writing Tony Stark. You're not writing yourself in a book.
Is this dude from Boston? He sounds like Kayla.
I mean, it kind of looks like her too.
No,
She doesn't
no
have a
way.
filter on? Nah, it's
Kayla's absolutely beautiful, people. All right, sorry, back to.
If that's the case, write your own comic with you in it. No one will read it because nobody cares. People grew up growing up loving Peter Parker, loving Miles Morales, loving all these Captain America. We don't need you to put your input in it. Just write Steve Rogers. Don't write Steve Rogers. What would Steve Rogers be if I was Steve Rogers? That's not how it works. But that's again how most of these new people write nowadays. That's why most of the stuff is shit. Because we don't care what you would do, because we don't care about your life whatsoever. Just write a book, get paid for what you do, get paid for what you're supposed to be doing, and make it a good story.
I agree.
How many times was this guy called a racist?
I'm sure
at least
a ton of times.
Yeah, a phobe. Speak the truth.
Yeah, he absolutely dropped some truth on there. I like the responses. I think a lot of people are getting behind this because obviously it's what a lot of us have been saying now for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, however long it's been.
Where was that 3 years ago, Chief?
Yeah, they needed to speak out.
Yeah, but apparently,
like
on his YouTube, he's been saying this for years, and this one just caught the viral wind. And,
okay.
But damn, dude. And people are like, yeah, well, this guy, laughing at him and stuff, and they're like, he's wrong. I'm like, dude, getting mad at this guy is like getting mad at, I put it on Twitter. I was like, getting mad at this guy is like getting mad at a fire alarm for hurting your ears.
Right? Yeah.
He's out there ringing the bell, dude.
Yeah, but the thing is too, like when the comic shops went to the DC or Marvel and tell them that shit, they're like, you're a phobist. You're this or that. And it's like, no, cocksucker, I'm a businessman that's not selling product because of you.
You're giving us all this stuff and making me take all these variant copies with this rainbow bullshit all over it. And nobody wants it. We got to give it away at 10-cent comic day because nobody wants to buy it for 10 cents.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think is it's absolutely disgusting to have to force them to buy a certain amount of issues so that you can get that that awesome copy or that awesome variant, that they're going to put up and it's going to sit on the back of their shelf for, weeks at $40, $50, $60 and not sell. It's just, it sucks for them, but they should have absolutely spoke up in unison a while ago when everybody was raising the issue at hand. Yeah, but I'm behind them though. I mean, get a little criticism there, but I am behind them. It sucks. I love LCSs.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you went as a kid. When they started becoming a big thing. They're a fun place to go, and
I
I
did 2
wished
signings at LCSs, and you know how, like, as a first-time creator, how cool that shit was? Like, to have people come up, and
I
this little
bet.
girl is, like,
Nice.
picking up my book. I'm like, "She's so pretty. Will you sign it?" I'm like, "Yeah." But
That's awesome.
this is I thought when I got the link, I didn't even look at the title, and I was like, I hope it's not that. I hope it's not the Nightcrawler birth scene, because I
Oh, for
saw
fuck's
that.
sake.
Because last time I was on here, it was the Joker having a baby. I'm like, because this is gonna be a recurring theme.
That's right. It was
Just for you.
the mud
Just for
baby.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Forgot about
is
that. Yeah.
this shit here, dude.
Yeah,
This-
that's just to me. I saw that and I was just I kind of just laughed. I was like, of course, and I
yeah.
just that was it. I didn't pay much more attention to it. I knew it would probably pick up steam on
I
X,
didn't even
formerly known
read
as
I
Twitter.
didn't know what it was when I just first saw the page. I was like, was he banging her?
It's what it looks like. Like, for one, okay, I know that that is an actual birth position. But the way it's drawn is just
I don't think that's
so bad.
accurate.
There are birth positions that they do. I don't want to get too much into it because why
Thank you.
talk about it? But there are birth positions where you can do that, But the way it's drawn is just the anatomy is so bad. I mean, it absolutely looks like he's got his hands up her butt, or he's banging her from the back. You see where her legs are as opposed to where her butt and back area
Yeah.
is supposed to be. And then the whole aspect of turning Nightcrawler's origin into having 2 moms. It's just, of course,
Heather has 2 mommies. It was a
of
book
course
back
they're
in
gonna
the
do it. It just the only thing that kind of annoyed me is like they took the most religious character, the Christian character,
and just
and then they made that his like that to me is some pretty
because I mean back in the
insulting
day
stuff.
when they introduced like the Azazel thing, I didn't even like that when that first came out. I was like, I don't know, dude.
That's
This
true.
seems a little
That's true.
blasphemous.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about it from that angle either. Yeah. They
So
got to demonize those characters apparently in this industry.
Demonize
John,
the demons.
yeah, John asks, "Is this the video Donny Cates made smartass comment about?"
mhm.
I believe so. Yeah, and this is kind of one of those things. Like I miss a lot of this stuff, so I'm looking for the chat. I'm looking for Hojo to kind of fill me in a little bit because my head's been in Reaper Destroyer, so to speak. That sounds
Yeah, I think he said
sexual.
something sideways, and then that's when Aaron Sparrow chirped in and was like, no. You don't do this. But I mean, to attack this man, they're just mad because their shit isn't working.
Yeah,
For the most part, when they say like mainstream comics are dying, first off, they're not going to die because these are multi-billion-dollar subsidized countries or
yeah, they won't.
companies. They're
Yeah.
not. They'll just segue to something else. But there are some people getting ahead of the ball, which leads us to what Image is doing and what Dark Horse has done.
Which we can transition into that because with the Miller news, which I just heard today from Sean, by the way, of Mark Miller going to Dark Horse, that seems to be like a pretty big move. Sean, you were saying he's been at Image for a while.
Well, I believe that the Miller World, the Netflix stuff was being published through Image, the
Okay.
best place for creators deal to publish a book, right? Bunny fingers, everybody.
That's what they
And
used to
that-
say. I don't know if
that-
that's still the
yeah.
case or not.
That's the rumor they're spreading. But
Yeah,
now
spread
he's
that
going
rumor.
to Dark Horse. It's like, is this over power and control? Because let's face it, Mark Miller is one of the most powerful guys in comic books. He really doesn't need them. Like they're doing him he's doing them a favor by bringing his established brand to their label. So whatever the fuck happened must have been like cockeyed for him to be like, I'm dipping out, or he wants to help out Dark Horse, which is
And
cool too.
It's helping him too, because I mean, all references available at hojo.com.
Nice.
I got this from Nefarious from Global Frequency. He was saying like because Dark Horse moves way more volume, and it's cheaper. He's going to get more money, and he doesn't have to
Good
pay
business move.
Diamond shit.
Oh, there you go.
Diamond doesn't have to pay anything. So they have the marketing and distribution and the higher
Shit.
volume. And it's like a win-win, really. And
So they distribute their own shit then?
yeah,
Dark
yeah,
Horse?
pretty
Okay,
much.
cool.
I think so, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Let's spread
Yeah.
that rumor.
Let's all go
Yeah.
to Dark Horse. Fuck it.
He said they have ad marketing that he won't have to pay for, and consolidating his books under Dark Horse gives him access to better distribution because he doesn't have to pay Diamond anything.
Wow.
Well, I mean, sure, that's a good business move then.
Yeah, yeah.
Good business people are always going to thrive. That's one
Because
thing.
Dark Horse is opening up like in 2024. He said that a bunch of imprints.
That's smart, man.
Like, what's the top selling comic for October? I don't know what it was for November. What was the top selling?
Couldn't tell you.
Transformers.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
And I don't even think it was effing close.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. Those IPs, you know, I mean,
He's got an imprint over there. Kurtman's got what is it? The Skybound? Is that what it is?
Skybound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skybound. He's got that, and I think the imprints, as long as they don't get too crazy with the imprints, like I think it's a good idea because
Yeah, I think it's
Dark
great.
Horse is diversifying into a lot of different genres, like that people really aren't thinking about right now, according to Neff. Like he knows everything.
No, I think
So-
that's probably a pretty good idea, in my opinion. I mean, I know Image is kind of doing that with what's that imprint that they're putting out with all the creators? What did we just talk about?
Oh
What's
God!
it called?
Oh, with Fabric and Maniple and Johns.
Yeah.
And Johns,
couldn't
yeah.
tell- Nah, I couldn't
I
tell
can't
you.
remember what it was called.
But it seems cool.
Maybe the
I can't
chat
remember.
helped me out,
I
but
can't
Lot of
remember what
cool
I'm drawing
creators.
a blank.
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of cool
chat,
creators involved.
throw it in there if you remember what it's called. But I mean, still, I think that's one. It just gives you options,
Mhm.
which is fine. I mean, these are indie companies, right? They're bigger companies. They're in the mainstream, so to speak, but they are indie companies compared to the Marvels and the DCs of the world. So
Yes.
I don't personally rail against them. You know, do they put out a lot of shitty books as far as stuff that I'm not interested in, or create their own stuff that just doesn't hit with me or has a message? Sure, for sure. But I do think that they do a better job than the mainstream. Dr. Ben, real quick, says I heard that a couple of retailers had complained at a Marvel conference a few years back, and then got called ists and phobes. So everybody shut up after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a super chat, motherfucker.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you,
Money.
Tony. John for $10. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you, man. It says beyond the issue with the art of Mystique trans nonsense,
Ghost Machine.
how do they justify how dull stories have gotten and drawn and that draw birth and drawing
Man.
births and people texting in tubs is something they think people want to read? That's a great super chat,
X-Men's
man.
doing like a fucking fashion show, dude. I don't care.
Yeah, that like that the texting in the tub scene that has been going around. I briefly kind of saw, and again, guys, like I see this stuff, and I
Talking in coffee shops.
I kind of laugh and just go over it because I'm like, yeah, of course, why not? Like this is where they've been taking comics, and this is kind of where it goes. And when it pops up, it's not a surprise to me. It just is like this is why the mainstream is failing in the way that you're driving readers off, or your core readers, that you're appealing to the small portion of readers, even if they are readers, I don't know, but you're driving the core people that love comic books away, which is fine to me because then they're coming to the indie scene. So win-win in my book. I'd love to see the mainstream get back on track the way it was when I was a kid and loving comics and how stories were told and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't think that's going to be anytime soon, with the exception of maybe a few books. I heard that new Daredevil book is really good. I kind of want to go out and check that out. People have been really saying that that's
Who's doing that?
I didn't even know there was one. Like, I don't.
Who
That's
was-
how far detached I am.
I didn't recognize any of the names because I don't pay attention to like the mainstream Marvel stuff, but the art
Right.
looked good. So I got to dive
Okay.
into who the artist is, but I right off the bat, I thought the art looked really good. And I've seen a couple people posting that they really dug the story. And it kind of reminds me of like some 90s kind of feel to the style of art and to
Okay.
the storytelling sequentially. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go check that out when I get a chance. But
Cool. I'll pirate
Seems
that. I
like-
mean, I'll buy that.
oh, it's called Daredevil like Black Armor. So I think it's telling a story back when he was in his black armor.
Is that what
Oh,
Bagley?
dude.
I don't think Bagley's drawing it.
They do a cover.
He might have done a cover, yeah.
Okay.
Chat,
People
let me know
shit
if
so
you.
much on that when it came out.
What the black armor thing?
Yeah,
I
dude.
thought that's
I thought
cool,
it was hot.
man.
I thought it was
Yeah.
hot.
Oh, I always liked
But
it. Yeah,
that's-
It was
That's
better
our
than like
generation.
whatever they did to Thor. Like they give him like super long.
yeah, when
hair
they
and
they made
shirt.
the
Give him like
bondage.
fucking bracelets or something. Fucking gay.
the
Oh,
bondage Thor.
Thunderstrike?
No, no, this
no,
was
no.
gayer than
Remember when they
Thunderstrike.
changed Thor's costume in the 90s? Because
They
everybody
gave
was
him like
trying
some
to.
aquamarine pants,
with
metal
the-
Yeah.
pants or something.
It was the same thing when they did the Sue Storm
Yeah.
boob window,
Mm.
and they did they kind of revamped
I was
everything to
all
keep
for
up with
that.
Image and to update everything to the 90s, and Thor just looked like,
Extreme.
I
Yeah.
like her boob window.
it was, but the
Yeah.
black armor I did like. I
That
did
was
like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
What is Jay saying? Peralta
Peralta.
is drawing that. Okay, so I don't know him, but I liked it, so I'm gonna check it out. Oh, there you go. he was helping me pronounce it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna check that out. I'm gonna drink some rum in an hour. I'm about to watch Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning.
Nice.
Which one's that one?
Is that the second?
Is that the second, or is because they made like
I think that's the third one.
yeah, they made like
How many did they
another
make?
one after that. No,
No.
only the first one, in my opinion, was good.
No.
If you buy Daredevil without knowing much about it, is it considered a blind buy? I need to make up. I need to make up
A
the
zinger?
symbol hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our chat's always coming up some really
Hmm.
really good comments in here. I can't remember what we were originally talking about. I kind of got sidetracked on all that, but
Indie comics.
yeah, back to indie comics. Where we're at, you know, I'm really enjoying what we're seeing here. Yes, we got late books that come out. I think a lot of that we discussed earlier, just you're getting used to what it is that we do around here, the crowdfunding scene or pre-order books or whatever you want to say. You know, it takes a while to make books, make good quality books. Most of us have full-time jobs and families, so it's not like we have the luxury of doing a book 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day as your normal job. So you're going to kind of, it's a give and take, you know, and I think most people are okay with that. There might be some pushback and people are just kind of getting over it. You know, it is what it is, but I still think that this is the best way for small creators like us to actually put books out there. Because to be honest with you, I don't see my stuff being picked up by Dark Horse or Image or anything. You know, it's really the crowdfund is where we go to put our stuff out.
Yep. And I mean, just like keep building your audience, build your fan base. Like my first Kickstarter didn't really do much because I didn't market it. I didn't know how to market it, but now I do, and I funded in a couple days versus the first like 27 out of 30, and so I'm starting to figure things out. And like you said, you just build your base, and eventually, like, you think Mark Miller is not paying attention to the indie scene?
Oh yeah, I guarantee you. He's a
I see
smart
him-
dude.
Dude,
He's a
he's
smart dude.
he's like liked my tweets. He's retweeted Narwhal. Like
He seems
apparently
pretty
Eric Gillette
based.
sent him a copy of ISOM and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
regardless what you think about all of that or any of the people I just talked about, he's aware, and he just went to Dark
Yeah.
Horse. And you know, you think he's going to go in there and be like, "Well, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work." I've seen a few IPs that might work over the past couple of years. And there are a lot of people saying that well, comics are dying. I'm like, there are more IPs every year since, and I've just been doing this
for
like
sure.
2.5 years. The more, I'm not saying they're all bangers, but the more you throw out there, it's math, dude. The more cards you throw out on the table, the more chance you got of flipping out something hot. Like, there is a chance to somebody get lightning in the bottle.
Oh, absolutely. I completely agree with that.
I'm not saying the next Ninja Turtles is this, and that, but it's a possibility. You can't say it's not a possibility. And you can't tell these people not to follow their dreams. If you got a good idea and you can talk and you can spit and you can fucking convince somebody, a fucking stranger on the internet, to buy your book because you saw them like something else, then go get it, man. Go do it. You can't do it.
I think what's awesome is you get guys like Mark Miller. I mean, I'm seeing Rob Liefeld post a bunch of stuff. You know, like he's in the kind of Hollywood scene, but I think he's doing his best to kind of put stuff out there with a little bit of hinting to what's going on. You know, and he's been kind of doing that over the last year or so. He'll say stuff every once in a while. It kind of jumps out of the norm, and he has an opinion about the scene and what's going on, and he speaks his mind, and I love it. Brett Booth, you know, just I saw him respond to somebody in a tweet earlier today about how he had no desire to draw any X-Men stuff for Marvel. He wanted to work on his other stuff or do Spawn. You know, like I think a lot of people are seeing the change in industry. One, probably because the money's not there for them like it was. That probably has a big factor. But
huge.
If people are on Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, or you're just on social media in general, eventually it's been 5-7 years now that people have had the same complaints. The complaints aren't going away because they continue to push the industry in a way that the readers don't want. These guys that really pay attention to stuff and are in touch with their, like, the fans or the buyers, they see that. And eventually I think you're seeing guys slowly kind of defect, right? You know, whether it doesn't always have to be a Comicsgate defection. It can just be people saying like, hey, yeah, there's something wrong. I'd rather do something in the indies, or I'd rather support this, or, you know, it's not about Marvel DC like it was before.
Nope. It is not the same Marvel you grew up with.
See you this weekend, brother.
Yeah, that's an absolute fact. Jerry Rasco says, great thing about indies is it gives us creators options to try different genres besides just superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel and DC
Yeah.
won't do that anymore.
I'm
That's
not doing
true.
cape shit.
That's true. You know, I mean, I personally like the superhero sci-fi fantasy genre, but it gives anybody, if you want to make a Western book or whatever you want to do, like if it's well done, it's well written, it's got artistic visual appeal, then you have a chance to put your book out through indies or crowdfunding or wherever you go, and have a chance for it to be picked up and people to read it and to enjoy it, and then to live your dream. And that's what we're all trying to do as creators. And I think the more people support and back that kind of stuff, you're going to get better stuff. We don't have the years of history experience behind us, but I think we have more of a passion and love for the medium that is comic books, that we're going to bring that with our stories, whatever genre it might be. We are bringing that passion that you were all missing in the mainstream. You're going to start getting that from us in indies, Comicsgate, Iron Age, all that.
It
We're in a
eventually
better place
seeped
than 10
into
years
the
ago. Yeah, like at conventions, you would be hard sell to sell a comic book at a comic convention. You would have a better option to do in the commission or selling a sketchbook or a print of
Yeah.
hot topic character of the month, But now people are moving their books at conventions. I cannot wait to get back on the route and the scene and traveling again. Right, Joe?
Hell yeah.
We're going to Hawaii.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if I want to fly.
We're going to Hawaii. We're going to Hawaii.
I don't know if I want to fly that far, but
most expensive state in the union.
Well, I do want to, like I said, I do want to travel. I want to do more conventions once I have inventory and I can take my stuff out there and really kind of, because there's a whole mass of people out there in the conventions that have no idea about the crowdfunding and usually don't even have anything to do with the culture war. They're just looking for cool new stuff.
Yeah.
So if you go to the right convention, you got the right product, you got the potential, like Hojo was saying earlier, bring in more eyes, bring in more readers, expand that way. I think that is a goal that everybody should be doing.
Man, a lot of people take that for granted, dude.
At the conventions? Yes.
Push it. At every signing I was at, I had a fucking flyer, a framed flyer. I'm like, dude, here's a QR code. Just take you to my link tree. Follow my shit. Here's my newsletter. Jump on.
That's having the QR code that's something I think tips and tricks for people going out to conventions. I think that's a great thing because it use what's utilizing the people utilize now. The QR codes, it's real easy. Boom, someone takes their phone, you go right there. Instead of trying to explain to somebody. Yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot of people kind of utilizing that stuff. So I think it's great. I can't wait to do it. I've been kind of bummed that I have not had a chance to do it so far. But it is what it is. I gotta wait till I get a book and inventory to do it. But I'm really looking forward to get back to those conventions because honestly, I love conventions, man. They're fun.
I didn't want to do any until I had like at least the first 2 issues done, ready to go, and just have backstock to take there and like some little tchotchkes and all that stuff. But
yeah.
I mean that is there's no way to grow on one medium alone. You can't just be on Facebook. You can't just be on Twitter. You can if you want to keep the ball rolling, you got to go to everywhere you think somebody might be looking for comics is where you need to go. Like be genre specific. Like you have a heavy metal book, like go to tattoo parlors, go to vinyl shops, anywhere. Go to heavy metal shows and fucking put up a flyer. Like I got flyers with QR codes on. Boom, they're in comic shops at a few tattoo parlors.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Like that's what it's about right there. Hell yeah.
People like Ahrendt, their Ahrendt saga that does like dude, people aren't even paying attention, but he's like showing graphs and shit, and like he's talking about Amazon too. It's man,
getting your books on Amazon.
You have to try to be ahead of the curve every chance you get.
And see, that's the thing about business, and I think we're all kind of learning that. And when you got someone like Ahrendt, and I know there's other examples out there as well, but guys like him that they have an idea for business. They are innovating what we are doing. Pay attention to that. There's no shame in copying other creators what they do for success.
Great artists
do
steal.
it. Yeah, steal it. When I see people do campaigns and they have a successful campaign, I'm making notes. I'm seeing what they do.
Built my first
I'm
one.
stealing it. Bull Rush said, I'm opening my order of the 97 series of Coven. Jeez, I can't talk today.
That's a sequel.
Can't.
Yeah.
The sequel is Coven.
Yeah.
Coven. Hell yeah, man. If anybody's wondering what that is, our other show we do, Aqua, Appreciating Comic Book Art Live, that we do on Tuesdays, we looked at the Coven series by Ian Churchill from Awesome Comics, written by Jeff Loeb. It was very fun, and I always love it that seeing people actually go out and buy those books when we show them off. So hell yeah, man. Appreciate
Yeah, I
you
like seeing
sharing
people
that.
spend their money.
Yeah,
They're
spend
like, look,
on
this
good
is
stuff.
cool. Yeah, on good
That's what that show is about. Like
Yeah.
we tend not to look at a lot of indie books on there. Just we've had some complaints from people when we look at indie books because it's like they're worried that it's going to steal sales from them, you know, because the book is being exposed. So we don't want to hurt sales. So we look at a lot of older books, you know, but we want to draw attention. We want to draw, you know, readers back to the times when comics were great in the mainstream, you know, if that's what you want to call Image Comics back then. But, you know, so that's what we do on that show. Tune in 10:30 or 10 o'clock Tuesdays. Somebody had a comment here I was going to get back to. Oh, yeah. So kind of what you were saying, Hojo, Howie Robbery said it or asked if we'd ever considered Amazon, which I actually hadn't until right now.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't not consider it. And Tucci put out, like, I have it bookmarked. He put out something that's almost like Diamond, like it's like a previews, like a catalog. You can put your stuff in there and send it to them, and they'll distribute it or whatever. But every avenue you should be trying to put your turn single on and go down that avenue. Like,
Absolutely.
the goal is to get more people to look at your shit.
Truth.
Like, I mean, I even stole something from Global Comics. I put the first 5
Hell
pages
yeah.
of issue 2 on the campaign page.
Nice.
There you go.
You don't get to see much of the next 21 issues because you're getting the first 5. I'll show you. I'll trip it out. But it's like, this is marketing is a very big part of this. Like,
Yeah.
Rick was saying, get off your ass.
Hell yeah, Rick, you tell him.
That's what we do, man. You got to be out there. Like, if you have an active campaign and you don't make at least 1 to 2 tweets a day about your campaign, I can't take you seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I'm working on me. Back off, buddy.
The point is a great point. The point is a great point.
You gotta put the work.
You have to. You get in this, out of this, what you put into it.
Yeah.
And
Oh, Alex said,
audience like you did, Joe, and it paid off.
Yeah, and a lot. I've said it before. I gotta give credit to everybody else that was involved. You know, I mean, listen to guys like John Malin and Bancroft, seeing what they do, following the steps to be successful.
I watched Rob Arnold's fucking
yeah.
YouTube documentary on crowdfunding and had to watch that fucking mohawk for hours.
It's very beneficial, though. It's very beneficial.
The first couple times, yeah. Then after that, I'm like, all right, stop. We're over here on Twitter.
Alex said Amazon takes a big cut and they always side with the buyers if there's issues. I was going to say, getting your book all over the place is a good idea. And maybe you do it in the mindset that some places aren't going to be as financially beneficial, but you are getting the book into more readers, that's the point, you know, and I think it's going to balance out. So Indiegogo takes a big cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised the amount of money they took from my campaign.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that you're just going to run into that anywhere you go. But if you put your book on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, Fund My Comic, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, your local comic book stores, your own website, now you got your book all over the place. So you can go to conventions. You know, you're doing a really good job of reaching to get those extra readers, you know, and those places might not be as beneficial as opposed to like Indiegogo or something, but in the long run, you're just going to continue to grow look at, again, Isaac has done a great job and that's primarily been on Kickstarter, but he goes to conventions. So he does Kickstarter and conventions and he's got a core of readers that keeps building, you know, Isaac Bell keeps building. And every time he puts out a campaign, he is doing $50, $60, $70, $80,000 on his campaigns on a regular basis. That, you know, that's a perfect example of go out there and go to the readers. Don't have the readers come to you. Go find the readers, give it to them.
Yep.
Let's see. Alex looking at Merck Publishing. Who is?
I think he was talking about what Alex was saying about that one.
Oh, I'm not actually saying Amazon. I'm just saying don't rely on Amazon for profit. Just get help for your exercise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Always, the end result should be your website and your directly to you.
Yeah. And I think you see guys like Bancroft, gals like Mandy, Arif.
Yeah.
Well, Arif's not a gal, but you know what I'm saying. Doing the websites. And I think it's a way to go. I've got a website in the work. That's what I'm going to launch Reaper Destroyer issue 2 on. Is going to be primarily the first time is going to be through the website, and then I'll put it on other platforms as we go. But I think that's just kind of the way to go. It gives you more control. There's no shadow banning. You can't have anybody come in and take your book off of your website, for whatever reason. So I think it's absolutely the way to go, and promote that stuff. All right, we're rolling up on the hour mark. Let's talk a little bit about the Mythicals.
Yeah, we could do that.
Do you have any artwork to look at too? This is the sign-up sheet, by the way, guys. There is a link below.
Oh no, we're at the. Let me put the link in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Drop so So this is the sign-up sheet. The link is below, guys. To sign up for this, we're going to talk about here in a second. Rick, what are you saying, my friend? Nintendo became a giant because they took a loss on the Nintendo, but became rich on their merch. Well, there you go. Okay, here we go. Link. I'll get this up. Okay, this is what I was on your page earlier. I'm like, where is the link to this? All right. Drop the ball. Here we go. I'm back up. Boom. Let's roll. All right. Let's dive into this. What we got going on here?
Is this on Fun My Comic or?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
I'll have to put this link down below after the show. So I don't think I can edit it live.
Now, are you only on Fun My Comic, or are you doing both platforms?
I have a Kickstarter going right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yeah, that'll be done in like 40 days. I was just
Nice.
It's basically like an algorithm test too, and like like Facebook is very Kickstarter specific.
Okay.
Like pretty much every Facebook group you go to, and for independent comics is like 90% Kickstarter. So, and I cater to that algorithm too. So, got some cheesecake on that one. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So
nice.
You like I said, it's all marketing. Like people don't really understand how hard or how much a part of this the marketing is.
Yeah, I think the more we raise awareness on that, I think the better, because people can sit and complain about campaigns all day long, not doing well here or there, but how much marketing did you do besides just posting on social media? I mean, it goes a lot. You have to, being in the indie scene, Iron Age, Comicsgate, whatever, you have to do that. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You need to be the one going out and doing your marketing. It's just part of what you need to do.
You got to get into these chats too, and like meet people and mix it up with people.
Yes,
they're not, and everybody knows Aldous. Like he straight up said, he's like, nobody's buying your book. They're buying you. Like nobody wants to read your book. They're probably not going to read it. I was like, that's cool.
I'll take it. Insulin ain't cheap. Fucking kidding me?
But that is absolutely true.
Yeah,
when you're in this scene and we're doing shows on YouTube and people are getting to know who we are as individuals, they're more apt to back the book because they like you personally. So you're going to get a portion of backers just because they like you, which great. I'm going to take that. Absolutely. I'm not going to turn that down at all.
Yes.
Jimmy Reyes says the Mythicals needs a Reyes cover.
It does. And I need more money to get that Reyes cover, so get them while it's out.
No, he's offering his time for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just offered like that. Look, if anybody ever says that they need a cover by themselves, that's them offering free shit.
Jimmy, be glad that Sean's not your manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
Sheldon said, any boobs in this?
Damn, that hit hard.
Yeah. What'd I say?
He's like, no shit.
Oh,
I hurt my feelings, buddy.
No.
Oh man, I'm a crier.
All right, let's dive into this, man. Tell us about it for people that don't know anything in the chat.
Well, the Mythicals is a supernatural action mystery that centers around Level M, which is a covert task force comprised of creatures of myth and legends. So Nancy Moon gets recruited by this top secret organization at the first issue, and then the second issue is her first day at work. So like issue 1 and 2 is like kind of like a 2-part pilot, and so it's kind of like Men in Black. Like the first half of it, like he finds out that aliens are real. Like he just found an alien, And then he goes to work and he finds out there's aliens like serving fucking coffee and shit like that. And it's like she has no idea. Like that's what the first page is. She's like, last night was crazy. And then the cat looks up and he's like, it's about to get even crazier. You have no
Fucking
idea.
Cats, man. I tell you.
Nice.
I'm Samuel. I like that. Dude, if my cat just started talking all of a sudden, which I don't have a
Yeah.
cat.
I would
by
kick
the
the
way.
fuck out of it.
It would be kicked
Yeah,
across
you
the
would
room
get
in about 2
punted.
seconds. I'd be like, my bad afterwards, but that would be my first.
The power of
instinct
Christ
was
compels you.
I know. Get the yeah.
just-
And so he's worked for Level M, or the government in some way, form or another. Like Level M, it's American because America wrote the book on slush funds. So this is the Americanized version of this ancient Vatican like watchdog group. And so he's worked for the American government for about 200 years. You can imagine how much of an asshole he is.
Mm.
Have you ever been to the DMV? Multiply that by like 20.
Damn.
Oh God.
Yeah, like he likes these people, like I guess, but it's like a cat. He doesn't need these people. Like-
Cats, man, I tell you.
Like he's like, oh God, all of these people. All he wants to do is sit in his library and read books all day. That's it. And so, but at the end of the day, these people, these monsters, they have nowhere else to go, so they're kind of stuck with each other. So it's kind of like a found family, but also like if you've ever been in the military, it's just like a real tight knit platoon that just does everything together because they have no choice.
Gotcha.
There's the John Dillard cover right there.
Look at that. Howling Good Time. Yes. Werewolves. Oh. You got some 6 a.m. stickers?
Nice.
He did that one, and the one above that's Irene Portillo.
Oh.
She's
okay.
she doesn't get enough love, man. She
I
did
like
the
that. That was
cat
good.
avatar too, like for the standee.
Oh, nice. People are doing standees now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
is that a popular thing? Chat, do you guys like standees? I've seen more and more people doing the standees. It's something I haven't considered yet, but I feel like it's catching on.
Because that way you can put him on your desk, and he could just disapprove of everything you're doing, like a real cat.
I like that.
Nice.
I like that. Well, I'm not a huge fan of cats, but
Mm.
for this, I might
But
make
we
it.
like your pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
There you go. So this is the standee.
Yeah, I actually have them already. They were.
Oh,
they're
yeah?
in. Yeah.
I do. Oh, so like,
Make that bigger. Oh, that's cool.
No, yeah, it was
Nice,
good.
nice.
That's
Damn
good.
good quality too.
Hell yeah. Let's take a look at the trailer real quick. Do. Is it muted? No, we're good.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape.
Yeah.
No matter, let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine,
Hot.
she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. We have the soldier who cannot stop talking, a magician with money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not
Boobies.
allergic.
Nice.
Baby.
Back it today, won't you?
Who did the voiceover work?
Right. Meow.
Meow.
A friend of mine from a horror Discord server.
Mm.
Oh,
did
I
me
like
a
that.
solid.
There we go.
Good gravelly voice. Very cool.
Yeah, I told him I wanted to sound like the walrus from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right.
Sheldon says, I don't understand standees, but if that's what you're into, you know.
They
Yeah, I get
stand.
you. Is the standee firm enough to smack my girlfriend's ass with? I hope so.
Yes.
Yes.
I approve. I say you definitely
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
an art and stuff guarantee.
Yeah. Chuck Dixon. Like I said, I like Chuck Dixon. I must just be being a tightwad or what. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but Chuck Dixon. Yes. Go for it. Links are below for the Mythicals. Definitely check it out. Fund my comic. More and more people are going to that platform. Seems to be doing fairly well. I don't know any numbers or anything, but I feel like it's having some good success with the indie creators. I see you have an Oliver Isabedra come
Yeah,
around here.
that's because of you. Actually, I saw him like
Oh, really?
I saw like a sketch he did of Reaper Destroyer. It was just the blue
Yeah,
lines. It was sick, dude.
dude, he's amazing.
Very
And
talented.
he's a hell of a guy, man.
Yeah,
Like I
He's
talked
he's
to
a
him, he's
hell of
like he's in the fashion industry. This is just like a hobby for him.
dude. It's crazy, man, because he's so talented. He drew. If you guys don't know, he drew the Apophis supplemental story in it, or the Apophis story in the supplemental book for Reaper Destroyer's campaign. And it was the first time I ever wrote a story that somebody else drew, and I just loved his art so much. I was like, dude, you fit what I want to do. I sent him some of my character designs. He sent some of his kind of designs back based on those, and I was just blown away. The art in that book is amazing. I tell you what, if I ever can't draw Reaper Destroyer, Oliver is the guy that I would hire to take over the pencil work in that book, because I'm a huge, he's one of my favorite indie artists right now.
Yeah,
So
dude, he's bad.
So if you keep breaking your hand on the forklift, like that's who's going to.
yeah, if I keep messing my shit up, you know, or
Yeah.
like carpal tunnel, like
Yeah.
my hand shakes now when I'm drawing sometimes. So it's either that or, you know, Parkinson's. We'll see. But if I can't ever draw,
Hope for the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, well, hopefully it's not that. But, you know, if there's ever a time where I can't draw the book going forward, rest assured, Oliver's the first guy I'm going to come to and be like, dude, I'll continue to write. You take over drawing. Because I'm that big of a fan of his work.
Yeah,
got
dude,
Jamie in
I
the
got
house.
the inks for this. The inks for this, like I was just like, dude, that's insane. And I sent it. I dropped it in like a Facebook chat, like this group thing, and I was like, check this out. And this guy was like, I wouldn't use it. There's not enough. There's not enough negative space. I was like,
Fuck that
off.
dude.
and no, dude. And then like Michael Odin like texted me. He was like, that guy's fucking full of shit. Fuck him. And I was
There's-
like, what are you talking about? And he was like, the Facebook group. I saw that. I was like, oh god.
There's so many of those art snobs on the Facebook groups, man. I'm sub to a lot of the groups, but like I try to stay out of them as much as possible, because they're just, you post something and somebody just wants to tear it down for some reason. Be like, it's too busy, you know, blah blah blah. Like, motherfucker, does it look cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Does
too
it look
90s.
awesome?
How many likes did your lame ass art have?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Judge it on that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
we're selling a visual medium.
Yeah.
Ask the reader. Don't ask the other snobs out there. But is the guy or girl that's gonna be buying the book, do they think it looks awesome? That's all that matters. So fuck all the art snobs, man. It pisses me off.
I know, man.
Had Dennis Kelly in the house as well.
What's up, Dennis?
Good to see you. All right. We are going to be jumping out of here fairly quickly. We got 36. We've been up there. You guys are awesome. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time that we go live and talk to amazing guests like Hojo and look at awesome art on Appreciating Comic Book Art Live on Tuesdays. Consider becoming a member of the channel. I'll tell you what, I have current members and any members in the future. One of the things I'm going to do for you guys, once my store is up and running, my website's up and running, everything I have on there, you guys are going to get a special code for discounts on that store. And that includes campaigns in the future that I do just for being membership or members of the channel. I want to show you guys this and just experience this with you guys in person. I have not refreshed this over the weekend. Shout out to Rick Saylor. Shout out to Lieutenant Hughes and a bunch of other people that share stuff on Twitter X for just constantly promoting all this stuff. But we crossed 68K mark on this. I'm gonna refresh this.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, we crossed the
Congratulations.
68K mark.
Nice.
Thank you.
All
Almost
right.
to 70. By the way, if
Yeah.
we hit 70, we're gonna be everybody's gonna get a Joe Ball trading card.
Nice.
Is going to be one of our stretch goals. But the big thing is Rick is my talent manager. By the way, everybody, Rick Saylor in the chat, you guys love him, you know him. He is my new talent manager. So he's like, you need to promote this more. I'll tell you why. The Destroyer tier, $200, steep price tag. I know you get absolutely everything that the campaign has to offer. Dale Keown cover, the Shelby Robertson cover, the black and white version of the book, my cover, the supplemental book, the exclusive full foil ash can, all the glitz and glams. It comes in a very awesome custom box as well. Besides all that, we are 4 backers away from hitting 100 backers on the Destroyer tier. When we do that, Rick Saylor is throwing in custom metal trading cards drawn by Jason Bascom. And I think if we hit 110, you get a colored version of that. I'm sure I'm getting some of this wrong because a lot of this is Rick's baby. This is Rick's baby. He kind of put this together on the campaign. So I kind of let him do whatever he wants with it. But it's absolutely awesome. It's the best bang for your buck. If we get 4 more backers, we're adding a bunch of stuff to this. We just want to make sure that a lot of stuff is in this. When you guys spend this much money on this campaign, besides getting the book, you guys are going to get a lot of extras as well. Again, we're not abandoning the regular backers on this because once we hit 70K, everybody's been going to get that Joe Ball trading card as well. We will get that all colored up. There's a black and white version. I'll show it off here in a second. But this is my character. This is Reaper Destroyer, a book I've been working on now for the last year. This is kind of it's not a 90s book, but my style and the way I write is probably definitely inspired by the 90s. That's just the way it is. But follows the story of Matthew Walker, who's trapped inside the supernatural suit of armor, imprisoned there with the ancient spirit of death, who's trying to possess his soul. Lots of mystery, lots of twists and turns. We'll talk about the story more when the first issue comes out, because I have a tendency to spoil it. But if you guys like everything you see on this channel, you like everything we do on Akba on Tuesdays, this will be right up your alley. If you like Spawn, you like The Darkness, you like Guyver, Moon Knight, this is a book for you. But if you get this thinking it's going to be a copy of those books, you are going to be sadly mistaken. This has a very original story attached to it, so you guys are not going to want to miss it. We have a supplemental book with a story written by our very own Kayla from Appreciating Comic Book Art Live, drawn by Fabio Simo, who is a fantastic artist.
Yeah, I like Fabio.
I think he's one of those Brazilians, right?
I
Maybe.
think so, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, just talent, just very, very talented. But he knocked this out of the park. Very sexy. What we were talking earlier, Hojo was like, "You get on those Brazilians, man.
Get on those
They knock this
Brazilians.
stuff out, And they have a great work ethic. They get it out and it looks fantastic." First story that I'm hoping that is going to be published by her through me once this book actually hits the shelves, so to speak. This is my Apophis story that I was telling you that I wrote and Oliver drew. You can tell the immense talent this dude is. And I loved everything he did with this story. So check it out. Get the supplemental book. Get the Destroyer tier. Gets absolutely everything. These are interiors of the book. My art, Kyle Ritter's colors. We also have Dave Kemp came in and did the majority of the colors on this book as well. Got some monster names on this. Joe Weems and Matt Bat Banning from Top Cow Studios, former in the 90s, did some inking on this book, amongst a bunch of others as well. So check it out. Links below. Let's get that Destroyer tier up there. We also have, before we get out of here, and this is all Rick keeps telling me, he's like, you have to promote yourself more. I'm like, fine. It feels awkward, but I'll do it. Go ahead, man. What are you saying?
I said Dave Kemp. He's got isn't he starting like an imprint or something now? Like the
Yes.
We talked on Facebook Messenger a couple months back.
brother.
Like I was like, how do you even know who I am? And he was like, no, man, your stuff looks great. And he was talking about like it's like he's got like a horror line coming out now. Like
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of his book is, but he's got a book coming out.
Nocturna or some kind of like
Nocturna.
Nocturna.
Yep. We're actually gonna have him on and his brother at some point to, well, Dave specifically talk about the book he's doing, but since they're
much of a stoner, so he doesn't like to be on TV.
Dave is or Dan. Yeah, Dave's a fun guy. He's got a lot of good stories. Fantastic colorist. Also, his books are gonna be coming out soon. We'll probably have him on in the new year. This is
Type 1. This is my book. Me.
Sean.
Again, like Joe was saying, if you like the books that we talk about on Akba and here, it's an action adventure tale with real life implications that faces off against terrorists from the past. Find out why the mysterious type armor chose Thomas to heart and what connection it has to the 9 Lords of the Night from the Mayan Aztec lore. Another love letter for the 80s and 90s comics and cartoons, thrown in with commonly known ancient aliens just to make it easier for people to comprehend.
Yes.
Written and drawn by me, colors by the legendary Dan Kemp, edited by Mark Polton, lettered by Eric Weathers. And it's a fun romp. Just cool art. And we got a bunch of cool pages coming in from Dan that we should be hopefully showing off for our 200th episode next week or 2 weeks.
Next week. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Yep.
Damn.
200 episodes next week.
And thank you to everybody for spending your hard-earned money and believing in this book. It's just so cool to be able to draw comic books and have somebody that you grew up on as a colorist, like coloring like the heavy guns, doing your shit. So,
yeah, that's what's cool about the indie scene is growing up and being able to work with some of the guys that you admired in the industry in the 90s when you were reading books. Like that's been some of the coolest things. You know, having Dale do a cover of or working with Joe Weems or Matt Banning, you know, working with Dave, you know, the Kemps in general.
Mhm.
It's awesome thing to be able to be in the industry now, working with the people
Yeah.
that you really admire.
Yeah, scroll back up. Scroll back down.
Because like I
Scroll back
talk
down.
sometimes like army shit with Billy Tucci privately, like
Oh, that's
DM
cool.
stuff. I'm like, dude, Billy fucking Tucci, like we're talking about army shit, like not comics, but I'm still talking to Billy Tucci.
And Billy's an
Good
awesome dude.
Right here we have the cover for Con Artist, The Art of Type 1, Volume 3. This is going to be a behind-the-scenes making of and picture book. Well, prints that friends have donated their awesome art to. You can only get this in the Ultimate 1 tier, which will get you all 4 variants. This sketch, 9 cards, a bunch of shit. I'm giving you a lot. I'm giving you my dead pancreas.
That's right.
We got this. We got cool variants by Joe once he's done with Reaper Destroyer.
I haven't drawn it yet, but it's gonna be awesome when it's done. It's gonna be
Sounds
awesome
like
when
my
it's done.
sex life. They'll come eventually. Chris Graves, Ride in Pain, Phil McNulty, and then yeah, I guess that's it for that. And then donate a book to a kid with type 1 diabetes. I'm going to be out in Chicago in February for a JDR event where they're having me out as a guest, I guess you could call it. We're going to be doing like a TED Talk to kids, telling about comic books and inspirational. How you could get through living with a shitty disease and turning it into a plus when you feel down. So yeah, not trying to write Shakespeare. I'm just trying to give you a fun bowl of energy and excitement. All for the low cost of $25 plus shipping and handling.
Hell yeah. Bull Rush, there is a link below, but I'm going to drop it in the chat anyway. So there you go.
So again, if you like Mayan and Aztec and Sasquatches and all weird types of cool shit, this book is for you. And this book is going to be one of the best out there, my guarantee, regardless of other people's opinions.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
No, it is awesome.
It is awesome. And when you guys read it, it's going to be even more awesomer.
Yeah, but also I got in preview books for Ocean City Comic Con. That's this Saturday in Ocean City, God bless, Maryland. I got the basic original cover, but standard colored by Shelby Robertson that I drew. I got the line art edition of the Chris Graves book cover and the Phil McNulty.
Hell
and
yeah.
plus many prints and covers and deals galore because insulin's not cheap, guys.
That's right. You got to spend it on something.
Yeah.
Real quick before I forget, this is the artwork to the Joe Ball trading card that everybody will get. This will be colored. This is just a black and white version of it. Joe Ball of Death. Everybody go check him out and back him. We got to get him back on the show at some point soon.
Yeah.
But just did a fantastic job. The art looks awesome. But that is our 70K stretch goal right there.
Yeah, he's so talented. It makes me sick. You know,
as an
it's like,
amateur colorist, I almost don't even know how to start with that.
Yeah,
I know it's like so much. Yeah,
after
so
flatting, like where do you go?
I know.
Wow.
That's why I think I'll send it to Dave, because Dave's, I think he could handle it, even though he'll probably bitch about it, but he'll make it work.
All they do is bitch, and I'm like, I'm
probably say
paying.
the same thing I just said. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, but he'll make it work, and it's going to be awesome. And so we're
both.
not that far off from 70. I know we're going to hit it, so get ready to have that in your Geminis once you get them, because I think it's going to be an awesome card. So I think we've covered everything I can cover.
Yes.
Next week. So we talked about it. The 200th episode of Ott and Stuff. We started this show in 2020.
Yep.
And one of our favorite guests is going to be returning. We're going to have Brett motherfucking Booth on next Wednesday, talking about the Spawn 350 that he is taking over the
Reigns regular penciler for Spawn.
Oh, it's like the main Spawn title.
Yep. Started. He's doing half
like
of
Gunslinger now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's doing half of 350, and then he's taking over full on 351.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be fucking exciting, and I can't wait to ask some more art questions.
Yeah, so this is a little preview. I think this has been out and around. I'm not sure, but yeah, 350 is coming, and then boom, he's taking off, and this is gonna be fun because when he was on here, when he started doing Gunslinger, and we were telling him, we're like, dude, we like Gunslinger. Cool character, but we want you on the main title at some point. And it's taken 2 years, but Todd's finally seen the light and put him on the main title, and I think this is the best thing he could do. I cannot wait to start buying Spawn again because I haven't bought Spawn in a while. I've been buying Gunslinger because specifically of Brett.
Yeah, I bought what is it? I got it
The
here.
books are actually good. The main Spawn title is really
King
good.
Spawn, like I only got it because it was the Virgin of like Deodato's.
Okay.
Well, that's I've got that. Yep,
Yeah,
I've got that covered too.
but
Because
I don't. I mean, I'm not a. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do
The
it.
interior, like I mean, it was just like I felt like the price point's good, but like it was like a 21-page story or something. Like I just couldn't. It wasn't a good jumping on point, like for a new
Right.
reader or something like that. And it's that classic, you know, the cover doesn't match the interior. Interiors are solid,
Yeah.
but it's not Mike.
Right.
You know,
this is
like,
the first time since Greg Capullo, you know, Angel Medina did a great job. I didn't pay much attention to it because I was in and out of collecting comics at that time. But the first time since Greg Capullo was drawing the main title that I've been excited for an artist to come on Spawn and just do whatever he's going to do. So I don't even care what the story is, as long as Brett's drawing
yeah,
it.
I was about
I'm
to say
there.
the same thing. I don't care. I don't even know. I was going to ask who's writing it, but I really don't care.
Todd? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Todd for the most part
Todd.
is doing the writing.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't go out of the realm of Todd bringing it back to like the streets level, because like what they've been doing lately
That's what that
is-
cover kind of looked like a
Yeah.
recreation of like
It-
it's like his
the whole Spawn
interpretation of
universe filled with hell.
Spawn
Yeah.
1.
And I hope that's what it is because I want to see that kind of storytelling again, especially
Go
with
back
Brett
to the
drawing.
alleys. Yeah, go back to the
get back
alleys,
to the alleys and
you
stuff.
know?
Yeah, I
I
really
want
want
my
to see him do
bums.
that.
I like my bums, you
Yeah,
know.
bring back
let's do some more
what's
bum
his
fights,
face,
you know?
the one that he killed early, like it's almost like a big beefed up Deadshot or something. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
But
the character that
I was
Todd
gonna say
and Rob
Cygor,
created.
but that's not it.
Oh,
But
Overkill.
Overkill. That's what
he's
it
in
was.
the books now. Yeah, he's in the books.
Is he back in the books?
See,
Okay.
I'm so far. I'm so
It's all
far
good.
removed.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Look, once Brett gets on, I'm sure it'll be easier,
Yeah.
like, you know, to get everybody on board. And the book's inked by my guy, Adelso Corona.
Yes.
Shout out to Adelso, one of the best inkers out there. He's our
Fantastic.
generation, Scott Williams, Terry Austin, one of the best guys in the world. And slide up in his DMs about getting on the commission list because he does some of the best art out there.
We also might have Thomas Helion, who's the editor for Spawn. He might jump on with us as well, and some other special guests. Since it is our 200th episode, we're going to probably do the first part of the show specifically with Brett and maybe Thomas. And then we're going to have some friends come on and just hang out. It'll be a little bit longer show than we normally do here on Odd Stuff, but it's our 200th episode, so fuck it, let's have some fun.
It's ours.
Besides that, everybody go check out the Mythicals. Go back Type 1. Go back Reaper Destroyer. And check us out next Tuesday at 10 o'clock for Appreciating Comic Book Art Live. I think we're going to be looking at John Malin's Cable Run.
Ah!
Oh, no. I forgot.
Sorry, John.
Image
I love
United.
You. I love you, John, but it's not Image United.
I'm messing up my schedule
All
here.
right,
Yeah,
all right,
Image
all right.
United. I was jumping ahead a week. Yeah, Image United. We're going to look at all three of those issues that came out. Fantastic art combining Silvestri, Lee. Lee wasn't part of it. But Silvestri,
Ortasio,
Farland, Liefeld. You know, all the big Image guys getting together to collaborate on this book. It's gonna be really awesome. Check it out, 10 o'clock. And then next Wednesday, the 13th, 8:30, Brett motherfucking Booth, 200 episodes. Let's fucking roll. Until then, everybody be good to each other. Take care of one another. And as always, picture me naked. We'll talk to you later.
Back Type 1.
Peace.
This is crack. Everybody wants to be cool. But doing it with crack isn't just wrong. It could be deadlock.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you know you got the time. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of the body.
DJ Cumberbatch.
Oh boy, I can see your body moving. Half animal, half man. I don't really know what I'm doing. But just seem to have a band. Oh baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of the body. I'm on tonight, you know my hips so high, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. baby, this is perfection.
Hey girl, I can see your body moving, and it's driving me crazy. And I didn't have the slightest idea until I saw you dancing. And when you walk up on the dance floor, nobody can ignore the way you move your body, girl. And everything's so unexpected, the way you right and left it, so you can keep on shaking it.
I'm on tonight, you know my hips so high, and I'm starting to feel you boy. Let's go, let's go, baby, this is perfection. I know I'm on tonight, my hips so high, and I'm starting to feel it right. All this action, this tension, baby, this is perfection.
Dance like this, si me se me wanna speak Spanish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6.
Well, no se baila en la calle. This one that is the girl, the one that is it all. Hey, and if I wanted to cry, but there this last guy. I'm on tonight, you know my hips so high, and I'm starting to feel you boy. Not for the power, just a forget. I know I'm on tonight, my hips so high, and I'm starting to feel it right. All this action, the tension, don't you see, baby, this is perfection. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
Señorita, you're the corner. Let me see you move like you come from Colombia.